The ruling against ZTE, banning US companies from selling parts and software to China's #2 phone maker for 7 years, is considered extremely harsh in Beijing, and officials say indicative of the unilateralism of current US trade policy. And it's a decision many industry watchers believe threatens the very existence of the company. Now China has determined that the US is dumping sorghum in its market. That's a grain used in animal feed and the liquor baijiu. So it's imposing higher deposits of 179% on US producers in preparation for expected higher tariffs down the road. Separately, all this is happening as the US and China prepare for possible tariffs of 25% on $50 billion worth of each other's exports. And the US is preparing an additional list of $100 billion worth of Chinese goods that could also be sanctioned.
We have repeatedly expressed China's clear, definite, and firm stance on China-U.S. trade friction caused by the U.S. Section 301 investigation. We hold that the moves of the United States are typical unilateralism and are virtual actions of economic hegemony. China and the United States are both big world powers whose economies are highly integrated. We should treat each other on the basis of mutual respect, equality, and win-win cooperation.
Meanwhile, China is detailing plans to phase out shareholding limits for foreign investors in the automobile sector, the country's top economic planner said on Tuesday. Shareholding limits for special purpose vehicles and new energy vehicles will be scrapped for foreign investors in 2018, while those for commercial vehicles and passenger vehicles will be lifted in 2020 and 2022, respectively. China says it will also scrap limits on foreign ownership in the shipbuilding and aircraft industries in 2018. US automakers like Ford have welcomed the move, and Chinese officials say reform will continue to make the Chinese economy more resilient to current US trade policy.
China is a huge country with a vast space for development, industrial restructuring, and macro regulation. We are fully capable and well-positioned to respond to whatever challenges may come along, including the trade frictions with the United States, and maintain the sustained and healthy development of our economy.
China's reforms, like the ones just announced in the car market, are just the sort of policies that the Trump administration has said it wants to see. What remains to be seen is whether Washington and Beijing can sit down and solve their differences before tens of billions of dollars of goods are hit with tariffs. No one wins a trade war, they say, but time may be running out to stop one from starting. Nathan King, CGTN, Washington.